story of
Echo and Narcissus.
On Mount Olympus, the home of the gods, Zeus and Hera were having a very good conversation about one of their forest fights, forest fairies.
I can't take it anymore. Something has to be done.
Have you tried to talk to her about this?
Talk to her? That's the whole problem. I can't even get a word in edgewise. When she's around, she doesn't even give me a chance to talk to myself.
Maybe I should have a word with
It
her.
won't work. I've tried everything. I'm afraid I'm going to lose my temper again. And you know what that means.
Now, I know what you're thinking. I don't even think about using one of my thunderbolts. We have to settle this situation peacefully. We have to negotiate with her.
They were talking about Echo, one of Zeus's sprites that was supposed to serve Hera. Indeed, Echo was a good servant, but she had one problem. She couldn't stop talking.
Listen, did you hear it was turned into a tree? Well, the water spirit told me all about it. You know the babbling brook? She knows everything, almost as much as Zeus himself. Oh, I hope he doesn't mind my saying that. I mean, he does know everything. Where was I? Oh yes, being turned into a tree, and not an ordinary tree.
Hera tried to be polite at first, then her neck started getting tired from nodding so much. She found herself wasting valuable time just listening to Echo.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Echo, if I can interrupt. Excuse me! Oh, my queen, did you want to say something? Well, it's your talking. I hate to say this, but you do go on sometimes. Do I? I guess I do. You know, my mother always said the same thing to me. Echo, my daughter, you do go on, you say, but she can talk herself. Let me tell you now, this tiny sprite, hopeless.
Hera put up with the long-winded chatter for a long time, but one day her patience ran out.
Where is my husband? Where is Zeus? There's an emergency about to happen. I can't find him anywhere. Has anybody seen him? I've seen him. I was afraid of that. Echo had seen her once. In fact, flirting with some of her fellow sprites. She knew she couldn't let his wife know that, so she kept chattering away with Echo, with Hera, to give time for Zeus to break away. He was just here a minute ago, you know, and everybody has to take a break and relax now and again, even if Zeus is supposed to be a movie all the time. Just tell me where I had a cousin who was so serious all the time and made himself sick. Let me tell you. Enough! I can't take it! Silence! Why, please, I didn't know. I thought you just stopped your babbling.
Hera raised her hand and made this decree.
From now on, your tireless tongue will rest. For all of us, even you, this will be best. For words you have not had a lack, you will only have the power to speak back. Speak back. That is my royal decree. Do you understand? Understand. For the rest of the time, Echo only had the power to repeat the last words that others said, and that she was bound to do. Now, isn't this wonderful? Some peace and quiet. Quiet. When she wasn't serving Hera, Echo began to wander alone in the woods. One day, she saw a handsome young man taking a hike. Echo's mood lifted immediately. This young man happened to be Narcissus. He was out looking for someone who was good enough to deserve his love.
It's a shame that the world is just so full of average people. It's just impossible to find anyone who comes to my exacting standards.
Narcissus had been told by so many people that he was good looking, that he was interested in mainly one person, himself. But when Echo saw him, she fell hopelessly in love. She followed closely behind him, but she was careful not to reveal herself. And of course, she wanted to say something to this young man, but she had to wait for him to speak first. When Narcissus thought he saw someone moving in the trees, he called out, and Echo got her chance.
Is someone here?
Here,
Well then, show yourself.
show yourself.
Please come out of hiding. I want to meet you.
Meet you.
If you don't come out of hiding. I'm gonna leave unless you come out right now.
Right now.
As she said those words, she got up her courage and came out from behind the tree where she was hiding. She ran up to Narcissus and tried to hug him.
No, stop! I am not interested in dating a forest friend. As a matter of fact, I'd rather die than be in love with you.
In love with you.
Please, just leave me alone.
Alone.
With that, Narcissus ran away, leaving Echo all alone. She was so upset that she went into a cave to collect her thoughts and have a good cry. That's why they say you hear Echo's voice even to this day in caves all around the world. Although Echo had a broken heart, she never lost her love for the handsome Narcissus. But a goddess, observing this scene, didn't feel so kindly toward Narcissus. This was Nemesis, a goddess of payback forms of justice. She's the one who's famous for settling scores.
I want to give this man a taste of his own medicine. I'll see to it that he'll find something that will always be out of his reach.
So it happened. Narcissus continued his search for someone worthy to be his mate.
It's tired being perfect and looking for the perfect companion. I've got to rest and take a drink of water.
The young man sat down by a beautiful pool and leaned over to take a drink from the clear blue water.
Hello, who are you?
Now, this fellow will get what he deserves.
Hello, who are you?
As Narcissus bent over, he saw his own reflection in the pool. The image just looked back at him without replying.
Of all people I've met in my wanderings, you are certainly the most special. Now will you tell me your name?
The reflection just looked back at him in watery silence.
I feel terrible. Something's coming over me that I've never known before. I feel rejected.
With that, Narcissus started to feel very, very sorry for himself. A few tears rolled down his cheeks, dropped into the pond, and landed on his reflection. Ripples caused the image to break up and vanish.
No, please don't go away. Stay, I beg of you.
In a moment, the image returned.
Oh, thank you. I knew you cared about me. You don't know how many horrible people I've been talking to before I met you.
Echo felt pity for Narcissus and decided to watch over him. Her voice repeated his words.
I promise I'll never leave you.
Never leave you.
Narcissus was so absorbed in his own conversation that he didn't hear Echo at all.
I'll never move from this spot.
From this spot.
And that's just how Narcissus spent the rest of his short life, sitting by the pond in love with his own reflection. In the spot where the young man spent his last days, there grew a beautiful flower in springtime. It was the flower that now bears his name, the narcissus. And Echo, listen hard and you may be alone.